When Elara was 8 years old, she saw the white doe for the first time. It was at dawn, in the half-light where the forest still dreamed. Her father had taken her hunting, though she never liked the sound of breaking twigs under her feet or the metallic glint of his bow. She was small enough then to hide behind his coat, small enough to still believe that the woods could speak. The deer appeared as if conjured, pure white, its coat glistening like frost, its eyes dark and steady. It stood not 20 paces away, gazing at Elara, as if it had been waiting for her. Her father raised his bow. "No," Elara whispered. She gripped his arm with both hands, her nails biting into his sleeve. For reasons he never explained, he lowered the weapon. The white doe flicked its ears, stamped once on the earth, and vanished back into the trees. From that moment on, the animal haunted her dreams. Main conflict, years later. By the time Elara turned 20, the forest had become her refuge. Her mother had died of fever years ago, her father had withered into silence and drink, and her village, Hemwick, had learned to carry hunger like a second skin. Winter stretched longer every year. Crops failed. Men fought over bread. Stories about the white doe had become legend. Some said it was a spirit that cursed the land, stealing the fertility of the soil. Others believed it was a blessing from the old gods, a creature too sacred to kill. But hunger makes people cruel. The elders decreed that whoever brought back the white doe's pelt would be given gold and a place of honor. Elara's stomach twisted when she heard the announcement. For weeks, hunters scoured the woods. Traps were laid, arrows loosed. Each time, the white doe slipped away untouched, as though it walked between worlds. But whispers spread, the creature had been seen near the Ashen Glen, not far from Elara's home. One evening, as the sky bruised violet, Elara walked into the forest with nothing but a lantern. She told herself she was searching for herbs, but her heart knew otherwise. The doe appeared again. Its coat glowed in the fading light, its breath misting in the cold air. Elara froze. She had expected awe, but what filled her was something deeper, almost unbearable, a grief that wasn't hers. "You're not a curse," she whispered. "Are you?" The creature only watched, eyes unreadable. Then it stepped forward, so close that she could see a scar running along its flank, old and healed. Someone had tried to pierce it once. Elara felt her chest ache. "They'll never stop hunting you." The doe lowered its head as if it understood, then bounded away into the shadows. That night Elara dreamed of her mother's voice, "Protect it, even if it costs you everything." Rising tension. The next morning, a group of hunters returned to Hemwick bloodied and furious. Their traps had been broken, their prey stolen. They swore the white doe was no ordinary beast but a witch in disguise, laughing at them from the trees. The village buzzed with fear and anger. One man, Garin, spoke loudest. "It mocks us. If we do not kill it, our children will starve." His eyes, sharp and calculating, found Elara's. "You've seen it, haven't you?" Elara's silence betrayed her. From then on, she felt watched, whispers following her at the well, eyes cutting into her back as she walked the market road. The villagers wanted answers, and Garin wanted glory. Her father, usually too sunken into ale to notice much, startled her by speaking. "Stay away from the forest. The doe isn't for you." But she couldn't. Something bound her to it, something more than superstition. The twist. Weeks later, the hunger worsened. Children cried through the night. Garin announced he would lead one final hunt, swearing by the gods that this time he would return with the white pelt. The villagers cheered. Elara's dread curdled into resolve. That night she followed them, keeping her distance, her lantern extinguished. Near midnight, the hunters cornered the doe in a clearing lit by moonlight. Its coat shone silver, its sides heaving. Arrows quivered in the earth around it. Garin knocked his bowstring, grinning. Without thinking, Elara ran forward. "Stop!" The hunters shouted, some lowering their weapons, startled by her sudden appearance. Garen did not. He loosed his arrow. Time fractured. Elara threw herself in front of the doe. The arrow struck her shoulder, burning like fire. She collapsed, gasping. The clearing exploded with light. Not moonlight, something brighter, harsher, as if the earth itself had cracked open. The hunters stumbled back, shielding their eyes. The doe stepped forward, its body shifting. Its legs elongated, its form twisting until where the animal had stood, now there was a woman, tall, luminous, her hair white as snow, her eyes fathomless. Elara's bloodied breath caught. The woman knelt beside her, pressing a cool hand to the wound. "Child," she whispered, voice like a stream over stones, "you have chosen." Elara blinked, dazed. "What, are you?" The woman smiled faintly. "I am the last of what was worshipped before your people forgot. They call me the White Doe, but once, I was guardian of these woods. Hunters have chased me for centuries. None stood in my defense, until you." The wound in Elara's shoulder closed, leaving only a scar. Behind them, Garen roared. "Witchcraft!" He raised his blade. The woman's eyes darkened. With a sweep of her hand, roots erupted from the ground, twisting around Garen's limbs. His scream cut through the trees as the roots dragged him into the soil, swallowing him whole. The other hunters fled. The revelation. Silence returned to the clearing, heavy and fragile. Elara tried to stand, trembling. "Why show yourself now?" "Because," the woman said softly, "you are bound to me. When you shielded me, our fates entwined. You carry my mark now." She brushed her fingers across Elara's scar. "The forest will answer to you, as it once did to me." Elara's heart pounded. She wanted to protest, to say she was just a girl from a starving village, that she never asked for this. But she remembered her mother's words in the dream, the grief in the doe's eyes, and the endless hunger in her people's bellies. "What do you want me to do?" she asked. The woman tilted her head. "Protect both worlds, if you can. But know this, power is a burden, not a gift." Then, with a shimmer of light, she dissolved back into the shape of the White Doe and vanished into the forest. Conclusion: the burden. Elara returned to Hemwick alone. The villagers demanded answers, but she said little. Garen had disappeared, she told them. The others confirmed it. None dared speak of the transformation they had witnessed, fearing madness or heresy. In the weeks that followed, small changes began. The soil grew richer near Elara's home, herbs sprouted out of season, game returned to the forest. The village survived the winter. But the whispers did not cease. Some called her blessed. Others, cursed. Children peeked from behind doors, wide-eyed, when she passed. Men fell silent in her presence. Even her father avoided her gaze. At night she walked the forest paths, the scar on her shoulder burning faintly whenever the White Doe was near. Sometimes she glimpsed it, standing between the trees, watching. Neither creature nor woman, but something in between. And though Elara's body healed, her heart did not. She carried the weight of what she had seen, the knowledge that power demanded sacrifice. The villagers believed the danger had ended with Garen's death. Elara knew better. The forest still whispered. The White Doe was not gone, only waiting. And so was she.